analysis, 67 butts was not what was recorded in the system. It was probably less than that. Did you say that?
Ako alafte nyini kalamen ako fo ine neo fole banko wat le sotota itata le foya kalamta ko ikamenjo ani wol kamen samba ibuka ke kilingoti kamen samba wole kadoya ite kamenjo bari ko ikamenjo wole wili keme wili worawla woro keme woro dalasi worawla ani woro.
Yeah. Ole gage because ika kaito men dintela invoice ola iba fole be nyine jola de katanga ole jo.
Normally that is what happened. The invoice that they served to me, the amount therein is the amount I used to pay.
But mum yalonko mumbe telubulja ni mumbe ristiro kono ka fo ni amount ole bi ndema olong. Because deka kodole di.
What they normally have in their books and the receipt they gave me, well, I can't tell exactly because all what I do or what I know is just to pay monies to them.
There was a period when you paid this amount.
Ako watine nesota me alango yenyi nanga mo jonung.
That is for 2020.
Ako sango men imemu 2020 serunko.
And there was an issue because when you paid and you were given a receipt.
Ako anu menka ke wala ne joro ke karisito di la kodi.
Yeah.
Yes.
That payment could not be found in the system.
Ako bare wo joro nying masingol kono wala la system kono amanje no ye.
Did anybody in the Carnival Municipal Council call you or reach out to you concerning or trying to find out whether in fact you made payment or not?
Ako ne hakilo bulandi serunko 2020. Ako phone mo ne mambo do kular Carnival do kular kana ke nyinin ka kalonko fo joro keleban serunko wala man joro ke. Ako phone ne manke ba?
No, ne manke. Nyinte nga joro ke dronya ristro dinna ibuka nyinin ka fo sankotenke.
No, I have never. That have never occurred. Normally, when I paid and I'm issued with a receipt, nobody asked me unless the next year.
No, what I mean is for this period 2020.
Ako serunko awele ma serunko fo ne manke ba mo ne man na nyininka.
No, ne manke. Mo
no, nobody have came to ask me about it.
O itella mol me alonko yenkili ja nata danko.
The only people who call me is the investigators, of which I came to answer.
That's all for this one.
I just want to confirm with the witness. Mr. Sillah,
Mr. Sillah,
the receipts they issue to you, is it always 106,666.67?
Ako fo risito mi alonko ikamen ditela akake ikakodo men jo wonanga mo ikawle risito jila wala 106,667 bututs.
Yeah, yalo kata iko ya je value le menu menjola risiti kotol bije menu menjola but after then iko itata ya je value le nyanta nyine jola.
I had the old receipts of which I used to pay the amount I was paying for the first time. I think I have passed that receipts to the commission. But later they came to me and said they have made another evaluation. Now the price have increased. So this is the price now I'm paying.
Did they show you the value, the paper that have the list of the type of property you have and indicating that that's the value, the cost that you needed to pay? Did they show you?
Akofo dandi be kodo jola wala be kodo tale ibulu. Akofo atenene sotami alanko e kaito sambe nanka itandi lako nyinne mun nanga molte alnyanta men jola comme e nyim business civil alnyanta den nanga mole jola. Akofo ne kedale ba? No, ne kaito itandi la.
No, namo damane mo ika nyine nati because fenko be bulje mo yalonko invoice me ika increment o keje o invoice nye ole dinna data nga ole jo ole registro ole be bulje.
No, that had never happened. What they do is the invoice that they serve me with and the amount when they increase, that was the invoice which was served to me and that is amount I paid. But I have never shown any receipt or paper concerning how much I should pay.
Yes, I have seen receipts here for 2019 where you paid 80,500.92. That is $80,500 and 92 bututs.
Ako I recently gave me along 2019 leti and ye kodo men joje wo kita wili tansei kemelulu butut
Yeah. Ngawle jo boto after the inata iko ya je value ole nyanta ni amount ole jo la ole register.
Yes, that was the exactly amount I was paying. But later, as I said, they came to me and said the property have been valued and now it has been increased.
All right, thank you so much.
Ako abaraka bagi.
Is that all for this witness?
That's all for
Yes,
this.
Mr. Sillah, thank you for coming.
Ako abaraka bagi ilana.
And thank you for your evidence.
Ako fanang ila itandiro sinatale abaraka bagi.
All right. If in any case we have an issue that we want you to further clarify,
Ako bar hani kabide niatra me fenjela me alon ko lafta pre na ya sene andin doliye.
we will call you.
Ako me command la ko to yama.
But in the meantime, you are discharged.
Ako bar sabe da men do sawode e bulale.
And once again, thank you so much.
Ako hani sa ko to yaba fulanyan na ako abaraka bagi ilana.
Okay, baraka bak. So sain lapta nyinen kar kilim be mulu.
I have
Ma
a quick
receipt ko to minnati serum abe bulu sa sanyi badila wala abe tulay bulle fole man pare bulu. Yeah, nga koma.
I have about the receipts, those the one I tendered at the investigation because they are still there. So I don't know.
Yes, we will when you need the receipts, we will get you to make an application to ask for your originals, and we will take the photocopies.
Ako sa memenkela. Ako wate.
You will liaise with the registrar, and then we will schedule you to make an application for your original receipts to be handed over back to you, and then we will give you photocopies. We will retain the photocopies and give you back the originals.
Ako sa
And this will include when we admit, you understand, whatever other form or document you have presented to the investigators. I believe that you presented the receipt for the original that is with the investigator. Is that the case?
Ako ila receipt ila original o wala samba.
Yes. Samba ya photocopy dinna.
That's correct. They only issued me with photocopies, but the originals are with them.
Okay.
So I would really need the originals.
Yes. We will give you the opportunity to get back your originals, and we will retain the.
Ako membe kala je wala mbayri photocopy be bulu be falinali be la original ol dilela. Itoli photocopy soto bara nan kamisa camera nata o be ko be tamala le yamoy.
Thank you so much. Any other clarification?
Bismillah, parete balale.
Okay, so say men na design them be tule bulle wala ni betala receipt membe bul sign them.
No, what from
No.
I'm asking about the receipts that I tendered, whether I'll go along with them or still they will keep going.
No, we are retaining these originals until you make an application for the originals. Then we will replace them with photocopies.
The original o yemeni dun design sign. So wo betar la jannen dol be o mutala anu men be jana. Ul be mutala sa itele bina application o kala din kabara nata. Ini wo be diamla so ba jela be photocopy kala ye photocopy lu dundi jang ye be yela original be murundi ka yamoy.
Okay, so say be photocopy la sign ni photocopy leta wala mbetu la janne.
Ana ibatu la janne nin kabara nata. Ibe wato ye ba telephone number be la be command la le saji ale na e wol be dum puñoto ji. Yamoy.
So Mr. Sillah, be rest assured that your documents will not be lost.
Ako kana hakli fula soto de ila hani kayte kilinte tinyala ja bebe iba sot la nyama. Yamoy.
All right?
Okay.
And you may come back on Thursday.
Ako arabi sanala bimu mune di talato sininding ako e muruna jandi nata jang e wajila be kaytol be tala e ba photocopy la ite sulata menna e ba be dili la yamoy.
Okay. So say receipt jelle be bul je.
I want to know how because I have many receipts and I left some at the car, so I don't know exactly how many receipts do we have.
Give him to. These are the entire documents. Let him check. He wants to know how many receipts.
Ako if I ya konte along you jelle samonanja.
Please help him to identify the demand note, which is not a receipt.
Ako kay do bi yo man receipt odi bato pura e mako ka ubon faye.
Attached to the demand note is a receipt. So that's the one he is supposed to count.
Ako demand note o ben bije woni receipt le be nyola bar demand note yo bondi pour salo receipt jelle bije.
Eskara kemba. Adu hillo illani ka adu ga hillo. Okay, hello. Siko. Nakato. Karago. Nero. Sewa. Tam. Asuni abemu 10 let.
It's all 10, it's 10, all of them 10.
Can you tell us how much he counted?
He said 10, I have 10.
He has 10 receipts.
Yes, ako ye takole soto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alo fla bijo mu invoice ani risto ya go clear.
Yes, but two, but the other one is invoice and the receipt. So I have 10 of them.
So please note that yourself that you have 10 receipts.
Ako prusi haklo bulandi ko jang dolla jang kay te tang yole samna receipt tang ha.
Receipt tang.
So thank you so much. You are
Ako
decided.
baraka bake sawo kay sitano le ni la jiyoda.
Okay, baraka.
Thank you.
Please call in the next witness. Lead counsel. Lead counsel. I saw something very interesting. Go and notice that. You see? Like here, they said payment overcharge, undercharge for current year, minus. Yes. What does this mean? You say minus and you add it to this and give you this. Yes. And he has given evidence that he has never owed. So not give them to make this for you. There are 2 exhibits there. Ah.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. You can place your envelope on the table. Okay, stand here and face that camera. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. What is your religion? Your religion. Your religion. I am Muslim. Can you speak into the mic?
I'm a Muslim.
Let me see. Speak into the mic, please.
Yeah, I'm a Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
Holy Quran.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
In Mandinka.
In Mandinka. Mr. Bojang? Can you sit down or help? Yeah, can you help him? So Bojan, we'll start that again. I was saying,
What language?
what is your religion?
What language?
Mandinka.
Ako ila dino mo nati?
I'm Muslim.
I'm a Muslim.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
Ako bala fal diam nanin kanjumala.
Manika kang.
Mandinka.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
Ako sign. Ibe Al-Quran tala kali bandandi be diamla ba wala be bulo wulindira kali.
Men kalila al-Quran.
I will use the Quran. Take it.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Hold the Holy Quran. And then repeat after me.
Ako sa mengo men fula be mengo men fule ya fo santo.
I,
Afonte. Okay.
Buba Jame,
Buwa Jamme,
do swear that
do swear that
I'll speak the truth,
I will speak the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jame.
Jame ako raro tilbolo bedi.
You are welcome.
Ako ibe bismillah kan.
Jame,
Council,
please.
can we?
Yes, thank you. Please tell the commission your name.
Ako ito ni kontongo.
Ntomu Buba Jamme leti.
Buba Jamme are my names.
What is your address?
Ako ibe sabatri ming.
Kombo Lamen.
Lamin. I reside.
You work for the Carnegie Municipal Council?
Ako kado ko ke Kanifing Municipal Council.
Medo ko la Kanimpi Municipal Council.
Yes, that's correct.
When were you employed?
Ako watu juma leta do ko la je.
Medo ko commencé since 1995.
1995.
But I was employed in 2009.
But I started working there in 1995, but I was employed in the year 2009.
The year?
2009.
2009.
Very well.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Ako ila appointment letter be bulo.
Bemulle.
Yes, I do.
Were you confirmed?
Ako confirmation no do. You confirm le.
We confirm.
Yes, I do.
May I please see this document?
Ako for as well genole ba.
Where are the original documents?
Ako kaitol nyang ila original only.
Even file auto at the office.
I left them at the office in the file.
So your appointment was as a plumber mate.
Ako kabiri ta do ko la me itande ta do ko la mena wala plumbing. That's correct.
We applied to tender the offer of permanent appointment to Buba Jame, the witness. The date of the letter is 30th of April 2019. And another letter addressed to the witness, Buba Jame, a plumber, planning and development KMC, with the heading reinstatement in appointment. All into evidence as exhibits.
Ako sang ibe kala wala mu ila ni kayit fulo liye men di be dondi la commission oto ka ke sere jaroti.
Okay.
All right.
A letter dated 30th of April 2009 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Buba Jame Lamin. Subject: offer of permanent appointment. It is signed by Dua Ojata for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, KMC, Director of Finance, Director of Planning and Development, Internal Audit, IT Technician. A letter dated the 28th of January 2016 with reference KMC/DEV/252 addressed to Mr. Buba Jame, Plumber, Planning and Development, KMC, subject reinstatement in appointment. The letter is signed by Mr. Samba O. Gajigo for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Director of Planning and Development, Director of Finance, Director Internal Audit, IT Manager, Acting Executive Secretary. These two letters are admitted together as an exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/BJ/KMC/001.
As the Commission places. Now, from 2018, you were a supervisor at the dump site?
Ako 2018, what mo ikata supervisor at the dump site? Yes.
Were you given a promotion letter or an appointment letter to that effect?
Ako
or
through
a redeployment letter?
Ke sabaje ako foi kaito le dila bam me aitan la ko sa ye saundi jele.
Ali man kaito din.
No, I was not issued with any document.
So how were you assigned or redeployed to the dump site?
Ako je sa itata nyaadi le pour être dump site je.
Yen transferred from a department, Company Planning and Development, Kansamba Environment and Sanitation Unit.
I was moved from the planning development to the dump site.
So there are no written documents or correspondence to that effect?
Ako sa amunta ko imang kesa fe kaito la kaitan la ko sa redeploy yele. Yes, I have that document with me.
May I please see it? We apply to tender a redeployment letter addressed to the witness, Mr. Buba Jame, Planning and Development Department, KMC. The date is 6th of September 2017, into evidence as an exhibit.
Ako sa ere ko kela o kaito pa na ba dundila komisionero ka kesi de jaroti.
Okay.
A letter dated the 6th of September 2017 with reference KMC/ADM/055 addressed to Mr. Buba Jame, Planning and Development, KMC, subject redeployment. It is signed by Judge Cham for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, KMC, Director of Finance, Director of Audit, Director of Planning and Development, Director of Services, Manager, Environment and Sanitation, Personal File and IT Manager. The letter is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BJ/KMC/002.
As the Commission places. Now, Mr. Jame, what is your educational background?
Ako sa akin ni kami na wala mo ila londo ila karang folota minto na danta minto.
Ngala karong follow Maninaring Primary School le.
I started my primary school at Maninaring.
Tada Sukuta Junior.
Then from there I went to Sukuta Junior.
Is that all?
Yes.
Yes.
And we will need you to increase your voice, please.
Okay.
Okay,
all right.
Do you recall giving a statement to the investigators?
Ako fo hakla wa kan ko inene nata jang yela statement o di investigation wala.
Ha nen nata jang statement.
Yes, I do so. That's correct.
We'll show you a copy of your statement.
Ako sante ko kala mbe statement no itande le fanga ajube fo wala mo itale mo fo wonde.
Please go through it. Can you read?
Ako fo si kay to karat no le ba? Yes, I do.
Well, no statement.
Yes, this is my very statement.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Buba Jame, 17th of July 2024, into evidence as an exhibit.
Ako sani ite ko kala kay to fana wa dundila commission to ka ke se de jaroti. Ya moyle.
Ngamoyle.
Very well.
The statement dated the 17th of July 2024, made by Buba Jame, is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BJ/KMC/002.
As the commission places. Now, in your capacity as a supervisor at the dump site, how would you describe your functions?
Ako sani bayri fonga ya fele ko musu bay solti dump site. Ako sani ifo la do ko même muy nyanto ti je nyanta men kala yalo ne mundi mu.
Na do ko follow kaminke.
My first thing I do, whenever I come in the morning, I used to create a place so that where the trucks can be able to offload. And the donkey carts and the tricycles. That is my first job.
Is that all?
Ako fo damalem.
When the
bulldozer is pushing the rubbish, I do supervise.
Make sure you know after I push
and I make sure that the way I like the bulldozer to pack things that is normally done. Yes.
Are you the only supervisor or are there any other supervisors?
Ako fo idamalen supervisor tiye bang fo mo nyol fana bijele.
No, I
am not the only supervisor therein.
How many supervisors?
Ako mo jelle supervisor lu. First time we were 3 of us.
When was that?
Ako kata wate juma sabol be dun jamme wato men wate juma.
2018. About 2018 for 2020.
This was from 2018 to 2020. We were 3 in number therein.
Then after that, I transferred Marseauto.
Then from there, I was transferred to the market.
Serekunda market.
Serekunda market.
Then after, supervisor Fulatutaje.
Then I left 2 of the supervisors at the dump site.
Then after another get back again to the dump site.
Then after a while, I came back to the dump site again.
So another supervisor killing bondage, so right now move for LBG.
And one of the supervisors was moved, and now we are 2 in number therein.
So in 2018, in your statement, you were trying to explain what you do while you were at the dump site, what your job or your work will entail.
Ako 2018 ni nata fo wala ila statement to nata kuma kangol fo jemi yalon ko ite nyanto menti la do ko menti je nyanta menkela. Yes.
So were you also charged or taxed with the responsibility of collecting revenue as well?
Ako fo ifana nyanto soto jele mi yalon ko ni mol men kanaje ke ika ko do muta jele membu lempoti wala ka joro menke je.
What it tambita nung ko kelenu?
Yes, there was a time I used to do so.
When was this?
Ako nying kada wari juma?
It was in 2020.
This was in the 2020.
For I don't know 3-4 months
I did it for almost 3 months.
4 months.
3 to 4 months.
In your statement, second paragraph, you said, as a supervisor, my day-to-day work entails to identify an ideal location for dumping within the site. And in 2018, before the hiring of collectors, I used to have ticket books which I used to collect revenue.
Ako yin ne fajango 2018 wa atara itela dogo ko me mon fonu jang. Baga fenkolu nyanta bon na dame nyamolu ni fengolu mi an ko ya samane ko le keji. Ako bar wate ifa na faje ko te ko ko wati nene sototale dandi be ni collector solo mo jabal tala do gola iko buko katare bulu ifadanka collection okay wala mo ikako do ta mol bulu yes.
So is it 2018 or 2020?
It is 2020.
This was in the 2020.
So it's not 2018.
2020 the collection of commenced.
This was 2020 when the collection started, not 2018.
So, but in 2018 you were there.
Yes.
Yes.
Why you collecting revenue in 2018?
Ako 2018 foi kana mutano wala ka ko do mutamol bulu?
Ani muka kodita.
No, I don't.
So in 2020, when you collect revenue, or what do you use to collect the revenue from? Were you using the GTR receipts?
Ako 2020 fanga foko ko wotu mo ka ko do mutano. Ako sign wo wato kono ikamune ticket si fale use GTR ticket la ka tray bulu bang fo?
Ticket or katarambulu.
Yes, I do have tickets with me.
Where do you get these tickets?
Ako ticket on yike so doming.
Ticket ngasoto from Tumbul Diba.
I used to get them from one Tumbul Diba.
And who is Tumbul Diba?
Ako ni ko Tumbul Diba wala Jumati.
I tell him then chief security in jail.
He was the principal chief security therein.
He will issue to you receipt books.
Ako ateka receipt book all dealer.
Ateka receipt book all dinna.
Yes, he do.
How many at a time?
Ako wato aka jelle dealer.
Aka depend de.
It depends.
On what?
Aka depend mon kang.
Let's say come $50 book as a book killing dinner.
He will give me a book for that cost $50. He give me one.
200 book.
200 book.
For trucks or financial.
That's for the trucks. He used to give me those things.
For pickups 100 for book of
and he used to give me 100 for the pickups.
250 for compactors.
250 for compactors. He used to give me that.
$10 for wheelbarrows.
$10 is for wheelbarrows. He used to give me that ticket too. So it depends.
And you were a supervisor during this period?
Ako ni wato farang ibe supervisor yala. Yes, that's correct. I was a supervisor.
Now, but you don't have a cash book, do you?
Ako fo cash book be will no wato labang.
No, what more cash book or tembulu?
No, at that time I wasn't with any.
So if Tumbul Diba give you these ticket books, is it recorded anywhere?
Ako Tumbul fanga ya fojana ko le ka bukol dila. Ako ning buko be dila fa dulala biye ka sa fe davento ba?
Dula bijele ka sa fe da.
Yes, there is a register where we used to record.
And you will sign for the amount of books you will receive.
Ako ka bukol menta fa ka sign le banka ita ne ko nganangam leta. Ite fango.
Ani buka sign ne kong akabukol minina ni a konti. Ni akabukol minina ni a konti.
No, I don't sign. The books he gave me when I count them.
And the boss BJ, supervisor nunje.
I have one of my boss there who was a supervisor too.
Mustafa Sanyanti.
That is Mustafa Sanyang.
Check.
He used to come and check the books. Whenever I close from work, Mustafa will come and make a comparison, the tickets and the book and the monies.
Then
from there, I will give the monies to Tumbul for him to record it. This do happens in the presence of all of us.
But you don't sign anywhere to indicate how much you have received or how much you are retiring.
Ako baramuta ko ite buka safero ko ka itan yejelle soto mol bulu wala kodo men dunte bulu wala kodo mi an ko yemen di. Ako ite buka safe.
Ali mbuka sign.
No, I don't write. I don't sign.
Now, what do you do with the money?
Ako kodo ni kamon ikake munela.
Kodo nka adi tumbul la.
I used to give these monies to the said Tumbul.
Do you know what Tumbul will do with this money?
Ako fo ya kalam tala wala ya lon Tumbul ka kodo ke nyadile.
Malaka kodo ke nyadile, but wa se time akonye ko kodo nka di na director lela.
I don't know. I have no idea. But he once informed me that he used to give these monies to his director.
And who was the director at the time?
Ako jumale mnu director jamano nyinkono.
Lamin Baji.
One Lamin Baji.
Lamin Baji.
Baji.
So Tumbul told you this money will be given to Lamin Baji.
Ako Tumbul le ka fo ko yinkodo ba ka dung Lamin bulu. Yes.
You spoke about the tariffs at the dump site.
Ako tarif ko ina ifara yo fo jele det me am ko alka o tamandi dump site je. Yes.
And that you have the individual bags, wheelbarrows, tricycles, donkeys, donkey carts, pickups, and trucks at different prices.
Ako yeme itandi je wala monta ko tarifo ni woya bele lanjenea. Kome ko mol me ala ko inim busol kana menim pusol kana anim falisare tolu anim pikopolu anim motobalu a fefenyanta menjola tarifo ni ka bele itandi. That's correct.
Where did you get these tariffs?
Ako ni tarifo yo sodoming.
It
was brought to us therein.
A billboard ole Kware bundato.
There is a billboard at the Kware. So all the tariff is written there. When you enter, you just see it directly.
So inata kwenye ko sai Albanian tariff ole use la.
And we were told to use this tariff.
Now, we've had reports that there were times that some people will come to the dump site.
Ako ngani chibaro so ko wadul bi mol kana je dump site dalto.
And they wouldn't have tickets.
And the wolo ticketul bulu.
But yes, still they will either come with their individual bags or their wheelbarrows or tricycles or donkeys or carts.
But hanu de inila busolu wala puspusolu wala motondingolu wala falolu kanaje.
Why is that?
Ako mune ka sawu
ko ibika ticket osoto.
Ha.
Ante ndebe konoto le mbalito ka fayda min. I
am inside where the dumping used to happen.
So nte konoto je.
Inside therein. Whoever appears to me, whether a vehicle, a car, or a donkey cart. Before you do any dumping, my first thing I do is I ask you about the ticket. So whenever this ticket is given to me, then I can point or I can just show you where to dump.
Mr. Chairman, there are some people who will come without tickets.
That's
very clear.
Yes, it may be possible.
It
may be. When I'm inside, sometimes when these vehicles, wherever the vehicle can reach, and they have separate dumping places, the vehicles and that of the wheel cart, or wheelbarrows or donkey carts. It may happen. Definitely it may happen while I am in a different place.
Madam Chair, do you have any questions for this witness?
Mr. Jame, you said that Mr. Tumbul gives you the receipt books. What are the value of the receipt books that you are given?
Ako Tumbul ka bukol dila. Ako bukol ni ajuve. Akake jelu bukol di.
Bukol come different prices also.
As I said, they have different prices.
Yes, so give us the different prices.
Ako sa isi all lanchini ano muli different prices.
Okay. Tricycle and donkey carts, $50
Tricycle and donkey carts, the price is $50.
Yes.
Mini trucks and taxi baggage.
Mini trucks and those taxi baggage.
$200.
That is $200.
10-wheel trucks.
10-wheel trucks.
$200.
That is $200.
250 compactors.
Compactors is 250.
150 tractors.
150 for tractors.
100 pickups.
100 for pickups.
$10 for wheelbarrow.
$10 for wheelbarrows or per bag. Per bag.
Okay. So these are the different books they give you.
Yes.
Very well.
So what Tumbul does is he reconciles the money you hand over to him with the number of receipts that you have taken from each of these categories.
Ako amunta ko bukol be femfenga charge ta nyanta jo men jola ni kodo be ta yadi tumulla fanan ka ko dol ta ni o bukol ke hayma ay tiketol mendila ni ko do mendu ngablo
ay jala ka ko le nyama
yes
be ka hayma
yes
anda buka ke tumul damani because
it's not
only boss fanan bijele
my boss is present
wo fanan ka sila because wala kana ay call be check
he first checked before handing it to Tumul
then after ngana ko do di Tumul
and there he gave it to Tumul in our presence this is everyday business.
So, but when he hands over you these different ticket books, you don't sign anywhere?
Ako amunta ko ni bukol na ka dungi bulu ite buka glal so kada men sign wala ka safe.
Ali dulate mbulu nga sign
No, I don't never have a place or anywhere to initiate my signature.
Now, if he gives you 5 books that are valued for $10 and 10 books valued at $250, 10 books valued at $200, do you have somebody keeping them separately or you keep them for yourself?
Ako sign na bukol de la me alon ko dala si tantan tale mu cheme fula tale mu cheme fula nintelulu tale. Ako bukolu ikawul ke nyaade le fo ikadi mola maraye bang fo famale ka maraye fayi.
Ani abuka marande fo bula akatara police le buluje.
No, it does not mean I am not having them. It is under the custody of the police, the municipal police.
Linnata o samo somanda.
Whenever I come in the morning,
Every day when
we close, Mustafa used to close the book.
Last page of the minto sign close.
Then the last page is signed and closed.
Then till
the following morning, we take those books and use them again. If at all they are not exhausted, then we go ahead with them.
So what we want, that book where you close, we want you, since you were there since 2018 to date, please provide the commission with those books.
When I say a book, that's the ticket book. That's the ticket book. It's not a choir book, it's a ticket book. Then we used to write it. Whenever we cut those tickets up to the last page, that's left. That's the one we sign.
So who keeps the book that is exhausted?
They are under the control of the police.
So even when they are full?
Yes, even they are exhausted, we just give it to them.
Thank you, Mr. Jammeh.
Okay.
That's all I have for this.
That's all for the witness.
Are you done with the witness?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Madam Chair, we are done with the witness.
All right, Mr. Jammeh, thank you for coming.
Thank you, ma'am.
You are discharged, and if in the future we need you to clarify any issue, we will call you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can we have the next witness?
We will want to proceed with the witness Lyman Sisi regarding yesterday the system or software developer for the matrix system. The matrix system.
Mr. Mbalo, can you remind him of his oath? Can you assist
Yeah.
Mr. Jammeh?
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness, once again. Before you proceed with your testimony, may I remind you that you are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair.
Yes.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sisi.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you are welcome back. Council, can we please proceed?
Yes. Thank you very much. So you were asked to demonstrate to the commission regarding how the matrix system works.
Yes. Yes, I was.
Yes, so please can you take us through the software?
Sure. Now, as I said yesterday, that this software package consists of 2 parts.
I'm not sure if the microphone is working. Please proceed.
That it consists of 2 parts. one part, the driver that holds property records and raises invoices.
I know this is how you talk. I know this is the volume, this is the maximum perhaps. Just try to strain yourself a bit, increase your voice a bit.
So the first part, which is the driver, contains the property records and generates property invoices. And the second part, which is the receiving system, allows payments against invoices. So I will begin with the property system.
Trying to log in.
Yes, I am logged in as the system administrator, so that
You're
I can
logging in as a system administrator.
right.
Do
so
we
that
need to
I
have
can-
a much more, I don't know.
Sir?
Madam Chair, can you hear what the witness is saying?
Yes, please increase your.
Yes, I am logged in as the systems administrator,
All right, please proceed.
so that I can show you all the modules in the system. It has area code maintenance and property maintenance, where we record properties, postings, process.
Please add your voice. We are not getting you. We
am-
know that you have a very low voice. Yes,
Right. Can you hear me now?
yes, now you can hear.
Process routines, administration, reports, and a search module. The main area.
Sorry. Can you get back on top? You said, what are the models on top?
Area code maintenance, where the area codes are defined and maintained.
Okay,
And property maintenance, where the properties are defined with their details. Postings module as well. Process routine for end of day, end of month, and end of year processes. Administration, where users are defined in the systems and rights are accorded them. Reports, various canned reports from the system, and search module as well. So the first step is to create a property account. And I have pre-created 3 properties so that I will not bore you with the details here. So should I proceed with that or create a property?
sorry, I did not get the first part.
I have pre-created 3 properties.
3 properties, yes.
Right.
It's hypothesis, right?
Right, or we can go along and create a new property.
Yes.
You would prefer that?
Yes, just give us hypothesis so that we will be able to understand why there are some challenges.
Right. So when you create a property,
Yes.
you have to specify the property type, whether it's residential, commercial, whether it's a hotel, industry, public government, or NAWEC. And that would indicate its tariff. And you also have to indicate whether the property is 100% residential or it's half and half residential and commercial, which would affect the tariff. Right?
So at that point, is the tariff automatically or is imputed in the system? So when you click in the property type, it takes you direct to the
It will
to the pricing.
Yes, it will automatically
Excellent.
apply the tariff
Excellent.
based on the type selected.
Yes.
And now once that is done, the system will automatically raise an invoice against that system. And if you go to reports, you can see the invoice for any property, which in municipal language is the demand note. So it will state the property owner's name, the address, the assessment number, and the year assessed and its value. And if there are areas, it will state it, and it will give you your assessment for the year. If there's rent registration applied, it will list that too, and it will list payments, overcharges and undercharges, and state your amount you're supposed to pay.
Okay. In this model, does it automatically ask you whether assessment has been done?
No,
or you have to physically input the assessment year?
No. When you create a new property in the system, it will automatically assess that property for that year. Now, if it's an already existing property in the system, at the end of the year, on the 31st of December, we do a end of year process. So the application will automatically go through all the properties in the council and assess them, which is a 3-hour process. So we do that.
Sorry, what did you say?
Which takes about 3 hours because it has to go through all the 40,000 properties contained in the system, and it will automatically assess them for the coming year.
Now, under that assessment,
right,
what is the components in the assessment model to allow you to come up with a new tariff for the following year?
You can go to the rates and change the tariff if that's what the system requires, so that when you run assessment for the year, it will assess each property based on the defined type where that tariff has already been defined.
Now, how do you relate this to the legislation that gives you the mandate to charge for a particular category of property?
Oh, no, we don't make the determination.
Sorry?
We, as developers,
yes,
don't make the determination. That's what the council decides, that these are the tariffs as mandated by law to charge property owners.
Yes, but the ERP ought to have that imputed in the model, yes, because it is the basis upon which the continual, the proper charging could be done.
Right.
Because you did not start charging property owners out of the air.
No.
It was based on legislation,
right,
and tariffs specified in a particular legislation and schedule.
Right.
So I may be wrong, but I believe that during the course of evaluating and inputting the data into your model to arrive at, you understand, pricing, that should be the basis.
Yes.
Is that not correct?
I'm not disputing that.
Yes.
What I'm saying is...
No, we are just trying. You see, the reason why I'm asking you,
yes,
because I asked you yesterday,
right,
the issue of scalability.
Right.
And this is where the issue of scalability comes in.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Because if they are saying they are doing an assessment, yes, of the properties,
yes,
where are they basing it legally?
Yes.
To assess properties and to come up with tariffs?
Right.
Because they have to base it on law.
Right.
And if they have to base it on law, and the law has said you must do assessment, there is a process for it.
Right.
Right? And continually they must do an assessment to be able to augment the tariffs they are charging, which should be in compliance with the law.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
We provide the parameters,
yes,
for them to determine what the law says
Yes.
and apply it in the application. We give them that portion in the application for them to do that.
Okay.
So from the top of my head, I couldn't tell you how much a particular type of property is charged, because that's...
So they give you the figures?
No, they don't give me the figures.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. They give you the figures.
No, they don't give me the figures to enter in the system.
Okay, they enter the system.
It's a parameter that they can set themselves.
Yes, so now let's do a little bit of rewind.
Right.
What is the model that you redeployed? Because basically there are four common types of models that you redeploy in an ERP. What type did you deploy here in this matrix?
Now, I would stick to, I would try not to use the term ERP. This is a property tax management system.
Yes.
And all it does, it allows the council to raise invoices against properties.
Yes. Really, what I want to understand is, when I ask whether what type you deployed,
right.
I am trying to understand whether it's the on-premise you are using, or is it the, for example, I'm just giving you one example, so you know what I mean when I say on-premise model. Because I know that this system you use is a simplified version of an ERP deployment, right? Because it has to come from somewhere, right?
Yes, it was bespoke. It was custom made for KMC.
Yeah.
It's not a simplified version of a previously existing system.
Okay.
This was built from scratch, basically.
It was built from scratch.
Right.
But you took cue from the different types, right? The different types of ERPs, right?
I would like to stick to this and this type of application and not get into ERPs. I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay, but without me understanding what you have deployed, it will be difficult. But I will take your evidence and we will go through this, because I need to understand what you deployed for me to appreciate whether, you understand, it's been done and it's been done correctly and it's user friendly and it has functionality and it has scalability so that it would be in a position for it to be durable. For me to understand and say the metrics is a good solution for providing for, because the bottom line, I may be wrong, I am not an IT expert, is to be able to have less time on reconciliation, you understand, of data that you receive, or the information, or you reconcile your accounts. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that is why I'm asking.
Yes, and what I've just showed you is done at implementation. Once you do that, then you don't have reason to come back to it, unless if the tariffs change, then you have to come and change the tariff or create new tariffs.
We can proceed. Thank you.
Now, I've showed you where we create a property, and I've showed you an invoice or a demand note for that property. And also, if you need to see the statement for that particular property, you can look it up.
Please speak up in the mic.
So if you need to see the property account statement by period, you can do so as well.
Okay.
So this is a property we created this morning, and as you can see, it was auto assessed 200,000, and we've made a couple of payments, 50,000 and 20,000, which will give you the balance. So the opening balance and the closing balance. So this is automatic. And if we did assessment at the end of the year, then the record would show that it's assessment for 2025. So now I can take you to the receipting module and create a couple of payments against that property. So we'll see how the property account balance is automatically generated once a payment goes through. I created a couple of cashiers. One of the cashiers is Sam Cashier. So to pay for demand note, all he would need from you would be your property account number to gather what your balance is.
So you're now trying to explain the cashier's user rights.
Yes, this is a cashier function.
Yes.
Right.
So when they log in, this is what they will have access to.
Right. So as you can see, collection center, branch 1. So let's suppose you have cashiers in different branches of your organization. Then you create that cashier based on that collection center so that everything collected through that cashier would reflect for that collection center.
Yes.
So when a customer walks up to the cashier to make a payment, a cashier would ask for the unique property number, which he or she would input into the system. Once that is done, your balance will automatically show, and they will ask to verify your name and your address, and this will indicate what you were assessed and what your current balance is.
So you're saying at the level of the cashier, once someone comes or property owner comes to pay,
right,
they will ask for the property number.
Property number.
And once that is put in the system, all other relevant details will automatically pop up. They will show.
Yes, because the two systems are synced. So the construction of the receipt details would be automatic.
Yes.
So there is nothing like filling out anything through the receipting system.
Yes.
So if we pay out 100,000 here, then as you can see, your updated balance is 30,000 and your balance is still 130. So, but once this payment goes through, then your new balance would be 30,000. So they also collect telephone numbers at the point of payment, and once this is posted, then a receipt is automatically generated with the barcode, the address, the amount paid, your balance, the name of the property owner, the property number, and the cashier's name would be appended on the receipt.
Yes.
Which would be given to the customer.
So for instance, if the if the outstanding balance after putting in the property name is, let's say, $100,000, or let's say $120,000, and
It was 130 before payment.
30 in this case, and then you put in $100,000, the outstanding balance would be $30,000.
Right. And your supervisor in the office or whoever's in charge of auditing what happens during the day can verify that as well, because
Yes.
they have access to that. So if we go back to the main application,
Yes.
so if we go to the property account statement, and let's say we decide to look through from 2020.
Please increase your voice.
So we are trying to generate the property account statement.
Yes.
So we will begin in 2020 to 20.
What is a property account statement?
It's basically like your bank statement, all the ins and outs of the charges and your payments.
Very well.
So when we created the property, obviously the opening balance was zero. So we charged you 200,000, and we made an initial payment of 50,000, and another 20,000, and 100,000, and so which gives you your balance out here.
Yes, Sisi?
Yes.
Sometimes you speak so loud and we can hear you. Sometimes it is difficult to even hear a word
Right.
coming from your mouth. So I will again, and with respect, urge you.
Okay.
It's for the commissioners to hear you,
Right.
and for whosoever is listening as well to hear you.
Right. Sorry about that.
Yes, I understand how you speak, but just
Right. So just to confirm what you were just asking me,
yes,
we can refer to the property account statement,
yes,
which should reflect all the charges, the invoices raised against the property,
yes,
and the payments done against an invoice.
yes.
Okay. So on the other side,
Go ahead.
so here, at the end of the day, a cashier can print out their transaction listing for reconciliation.
Go ahead.
So at the end of the day, each cashier has the ability to print out the day's transactions for reconciliation. And not only that, if I log in as a systems administrator, I can generate a transaction list of all the cashiers in the system.
Very well. Is that all?
Yes, that's all, and I'll be able to answer the
Okay.
question.
Any questions?
Let me ask questions. Now, you have indicated that they can generate reports, right?
Yes,
Yes, you said the property code and the area code and the process resolution. At the end of the day, it can generate report.
yes.
Now, please can I get the exhibit for Muhammed Sillah, Deputy Registrar, the two exhibits. Now, we just want you to take a look at this demand note, and I will also refer you to to another particular demand node.
Now that you are done, does the witness go back to the sit or you done with the system?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Okay, let me just first, then let me wait until he goes back to the. Now, what are the advantages of this system?
What are the advantages?
Yes.
Well, now imagine KMC has close to 40,000 property records.
Okay. Yeah.
And imagine doing end-of-year assessment for 40,000 records, and whilst simultaneously updating their balances. Imagine walking up to the council and asking for your demand note. Now, without a system, if you have 40,000 properties in your municipality, that would suggest that you either have them on an Excel sheet or some kind of right? So it becomes tedious and sometimes very difficult to keep unique records. That's another disadvantage. And also, the payment history of each property from inception can be searched within a minute, right? The update history of each property is contained in one box. The property's history, suppose I have a property and I pass it on to my son who passes it to his son, then we can also track the property's history. So the system allows you to do all of that. And not only that, the most important part that the people at the council appreciate is the fact that we are taking the middleman out of payments, because the problem they used to have was, people will come and make payments against their invoices, and at the end of the day, maybe because of the volume of payments done at the cashier level, they'll miss updating property accounts. So you might be summoned for arrears that you know you've paid for. And if you're like me, you don't keep receipts, then there's no way of proving that you've paid for that. But the system would record all of that, and through your property statement, you can verify all of that.
Yes. No, so now, the model that you have, you said you customize this model, right?
Yes.
Is it the POC or the MOC that you?
Excuse me?
Is it the POC or the MOC that you have done in this circumstance? Because you've told us that you customized this particular one, and we should not discuss the
custom made.
Custom made.
Yes.
Now, in here, what is the security that you have for this system? One. Two, do you have a backup? Do you have a backup system for this as the provider, as the software provider to KMC? Do you have backup to be able to keep this data for a long period of time? Because the reason why I was asking the type of model you deployed is to allow me to understand whether this data can be available after 5 years, after 10 years, you understand? And that would inform, you understand, the progressive nature of properties emerging each year within the municipal council, and what sort of, because that will run right through into the projections of what will be entailed in their budgets and things like that. So how, I have asked two questions. I said the security that you have put in place, and also who keeps the backup data?
Right, the system
as
has...
the software provider.
Right, the system has security, and the user creation process has security. You'll have to be a user.
Who controls that?
KMC. The customer controls that, because it is their software.
Yeah.
And they decide who should be a user in the system. Not only do they decide who should be a user in the system, but how the rights are accorded to various users depending on your job, your role in the organization. So we don't control that. We train you on how to create users and how to give user rights. So based on your company policy, you decide who can be a user in the system and what they can do in the system.
The reason why I'm asking is because we had evidence of service providers having their data outside of the jurisdiction for safekeeping. And this, when there is a breakdown in terms of contractual relationship, it becomes a problem to access the data or to run the system. And I first ask you, what is the benefits? You've run us through the benefits.
Right.
And for the purpose of security and continuity,
right,
and for the purpose of, you understand, being able to understand the implication of not maintaining the security of the software is far-reaching.
Right.
So now, on the level of deployment of this software, did you train them to be able to secure this system so that even whereas you exit, or you, not exit, sorry, but for instance, they no longer provide the service for you, they will still have full custody of their records?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
The data...
Thank you. That is important.
The data is not ours.
Okay.
The data is theirs.
Yes.
Actually, the data center is at KMC,
okay,
not at my office.
Yes.
So they're responsible for taking regular backups
Mm-hmm.
and maintaining the integrity of that data.
Okay.
I don't have access to that.
Who does the routine maintenance?
We do.
You do the routine maintenance?
Yes.
So, of course, you have access to the system, right?
Yes.
And do you think that within this system, there is a possibility of any hybrid of what you are doing now and what you foresee can happen in terms of expansion, in terms of interfacing the processes at the KMC?
Can you please repeat that question?
I said, do you anticipate in this custom-made software, do you anticipate expansion?
Yes.
And when you had this, I believe I have asked for you to bring the evaluation that you must have done, because that should inform us of what you might have evaluated and looked into your projections.
Yes.
Because it's a dynamic
yes, it is.
process.
It's an evolving process.
It's an evolving process.
Because technology
yes,
evolves, and
yes,
we have to keep abreast of
yes,
technology.
No, I'm talking from the perspective of KMC.
Yes.
In the sense that to interface the processes, like for instance, whether you had processes that could interface payroll etc., to allow them to have real time in having all of this information in a particular platform?
Yes, but they have a separate payroll system.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. Yes. I said in your projections.
Yes.
Because it's supposed to be something that you should be in a position to provide,
yes,
so that you have a synchrony of processes,
yes,
within this.
You're
because
absolutely right.
I commend you because you are trying to simplify, but this is just one component of their revenue lines, right? That is rates.
Well, I think the biggest part.
Sorry?
I think the biggest part.
Yes, I understand it's the biggest one. But to allow them to move from where they are to the next point, it's important for them to have a software application that can interface the processes they have.
Yes.
Like if it is rates, they should be able to have in the same system where they can generate what you are providing for in licenses. You understand?
Yes.
And in other revenue lines.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and that's inbuilt in the system.
Sorry?
It's inbuilt in the system.
Okay. We will look at it. So please, can you go to the witness so
Sure.
that I ask you, I just want to confirm certain things
Sure.
from your system because this has to deal with rates. I just wanted you to check this demand note and confirm whether this is what your system produces. And let me see, there is, there are two demand notes I'm giving you to check, and I just want to quickly ask you for the this is 2014. Now, please check. I don't have an extra copy, but let me just quickly note what I want to ask you. For this demand note, it is dated, I think, the 16th of June, 2014. 16th of June, 2014. And there is a payment of 80,592. And the receipt is also the 16th June 2022. No? Yes, and the first demand note also, there is a particular column that I want you to explain for us. You have payment stroke overcharged, undercharged for current year. And you can see on this particular demand note, which is dated the 16th of June 2024, it has an amount stated, whether these are automatic in the system. This one and this one. Then I will ask you the further questions. The first, please check the first demand note. The first demand note, there is a portion that is indicative. There is an indication of overpayment on the payment for the current year.
The demand note dated the 2nd of March.
Is it? What is the date on the demand note?
The 2nd of March.
2020
2020.
demand note
Right.
for that one. 22nd of March.
No, 2nd.
2nd of March.
Yes.
All right.
And the demand note is for 106,666.67.
Yes.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Now the column that is saying on the demand note overpayment, underpayment, what does that mean?
right. So if you go to the, if they give you a demand note of $10,
Yes.
and you happen to walk into the council with a $20 bill, and you pay $20 against a $10 invoice, then that would come as an overpayment of $10, which can be added against your future assessments.
I find that a bit difficult to understand, Mr. Sise, because if I am supposed to pay $10,
Yes.
I walk in and give you a $20 bill.
Right.
I expect to be given my my $10 change,
Yes.
not to put in the
Yes.
the entire $20,
Yes.
except where I have requested
Yes.
to leave the $10. Is
Yes.
that what you mean?
That is exactly what I mean. So if your bill is $9, 95 bututs, and you walk in with a $10 bill, you might not want the.
Yes, so but my challenge there is there is nowhere in the receipt that is indicative of me agreeing to leave the $10 to go towards paying my next
Your
assessed
Right.
bill.
Right, your receipt would indicate that balance.
Sorry?
The receipt generated at payment
Yes.
would indicate that balance.
Okay,
Because
go to the next page where you have negative 19 on that overpayment, underpayment. And the negative 19 should indicate underpayment, right?
I would have to look at the property account statement for this to determine what this.
Please take note and give us a summary of the 2020 report.
The 2020 report
Yes,
for,
yes, reports, yes.
for this one, for the first demand note.
Yes, just give us everything. We will sift through
Okay.
and check what we want.
KMC.
So,
0101738.
now, have you taken note of that?
Yes.
Now, my next question is, there are receipts, handwritten receipts attached to the receipts that have been generated from the system.
Right.
This this system ought to have been a comprehensive and complete system.
Yes.
Without having recourse for the rates department having to issue handwritten GTR receipts. What is your take about that?
Now, the original application was the database application, where the property details are recorded.
No. I'm asking, what is your take on using a handwritten GTR after the system has generated a receipt which is supposed to be automated?
Right.
Because you have told us when you were taking us through the system that as soon as you put the property code and you put the client's name and details, it automatically gives you the assessed, you understand, amount.
Yes.
And that is linked to the production of the receipt.
Yes.
So why, from your understanding, why this receipt? Why do they give this receipt?
Right. If you look at this receipt,
Yes.
it was for sometime in 2018, I believe.
Can you check through the 2020 to see whether there is no handwritten receipt on top?
This is 2018.
The one you read to me and gave me the date.
It does not have one. It has a system-generated receipt.
Yes, it doesn't have on top of it. It doesn't have on top of it a receipt attached to it.
No, this is not a receipt. It's a statement of witness.
Yes, can you please check in the docket in the?
And this
You
receipt.
gave me 2nd March 2020.
Yes, that's the
Yes.
first one.
Yes, is that a demand note or a receipt?
That's a demand note.
So where is the receipt for the 2nd March 2020 demand note?
It's attached
It's
right
attached.
underneath it.
All right. So there's no receipt, handwritten GTR receipt attached.
No.
So, can you elaborate on what you were saying?
Yes.
I'm beginning to understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So the original system is the database system that contains the property records
Okay.
and their invoices.
Okay.
To correct handwritten receipts, we were tasked to create a receipting system that would make this obsolete. So you would see that, and I believe the receipting system started sometime in 2018. So you should not see a handwritten receipt after 2018. So this could have been prior to us launching the automatic receipting system, because they were having a lot of problems with this. So it is often the case that you make payments and your property account would not be updated.
Okay. We asked you yesterday to bring in the metrics agreement.
Yes.
Were you able to get?
Yes.
Yes. And also the evaluation of the system they had and what you were able to present and sell the project to them.
Yes.
For them to be able to understand what they are signing for.
Yes.
Please provide it. Jennifer.
Is the chairperson done with the witness?
Are you ready with the documents?
Yes.
Deputy Registrar, can you collect it and hand it over to council so that we can admit them?
In your documents?
Yes.
Yes. What are these documents?
Sir?
What are these documents? Can you guide us through what documents that you have here?
Right. One is the original purchase order for the property rate system and the ownership, company ownership document, and the annual maintenance contract we currently have with the council. And there's a document for the receipting system as well.
We apply to tender the following documents. We have a letter addressed to the Managing Director, Matrix Solutions Company Limited, Carnifin Municipal Council. Sorry, from Carnifin East Layout. The letter is from KMC, 19th of April 2018. The heading is Rates, Software Enhancement and Upgrading. We have the annual maintenance contract. We also have the system's requirements by functionality for property rates document, and the list of the trained users. We also have, please come again. Just.
Sorry, I forgot the certificate of incorporation.
All right. I have this document here. It's a GPPA procurement document. We apply to tender a purchase order, GPA Form 102.
That's a copy of that document. It's very difficult to read, so
Yes.
I brought you the original.
Yes, that's correct. So we'll return you the photocopy as well.
Okay.
And what is that you have? That is the
A certificate of incorporation.
of incorporation, and also the certificate of incorporation, all into evidence as exhibit.
Mr. Sise, I recall asking for the agreement, and if I could hear you properly, what you submitted is an enhanced agreement. Is that correct?
An enhanced agreement
Yes.
regarding
Is that what you submitted?
an enhanced agreement.
Yes. What is the document you submitted with respect
Well,
to
I-
the contract with?
The contract is a maintenance contract that we have with the council in case they need an upgrade or they need us to do some work for them.
No, it's not the maintenance contract. I'm
Right.
asking about the actual contract that defined your obligation, their obligations and your rights. It's not the maintenance. The maintenance contract, I presume, is please note that it's the actual agreement I am asking for, and also the evaluation of what you have done, what you found on the ground, that enabled you enter into contractual terms with KMC. Mrs. Sise, this purchase order from GPPA Form 102, is this the only copy you have?
Yes.
The following documents are admitted as follows. A letter dated the 19th of April 2018 with reference KMC/GOV/219 addressed to Managing Director, Metric Solution Company Limited, Keba Conte Memorial Plaza, Kanifing East Layout, with the subject rate software enhancement and upgrade. The letter is signed by Sirif Njai for Acting Chief Executive Officer and is copied Chairman Interim Management Committee. The second document is an annual maintenance contract from Metric Solutions, and it's signed by the Managing Director and the Chief Executive Officer of Kanifing Municipal Council. The third document is the system's requirement by functionality for property rates. The fourth document is the user ID and usernames, that is the trained users for the system. The fifth document is the purchase order, which is the GPPA Form 102. And the sixth document is the certificate of incorporation and the articles and memo of Metrics Solutions Company Limited. These documents are admitted in a bundle together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/LC in bracket 1/KMC/002.
As a question, please.
Yes.
May I proceed with the witness?
Yes. No, it's a convenient point. It's after. So, do you have further questions for this witness?
Yes, I have to clarify the issue of the deletion as mentioned in the audit report, but we can do that tomorrow as well.
Yes.
But I'm ready to proceed there.
Yes. So, thank you so much, Mr. Sise. We will see you tomorrow. All right?
You're coming back tomorrow. We will start with you, as you say.
I haven't serviced my clients in a week.
Yes, just be with us for tomorrow. The commission needs you. It's an instruction from the chairperson. So tomorrow, first thing in the morning, we'll conclude with you.
Thank you.
We are sorry, Mr. Sise. We understand how you experts are seriously constrained when it comes to time, but you will bear with us for us to have an understanding of the system. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we may rise. Jennifer, can you take this exhibit?